By 2005, Michael Burry had come to the realization that the Wall Street bond market had lost its mind. It was buying up hundreds of millions of dollars in dicey loans to unqualified buyers who were, in Michael Lewis's words, one broken refrigerator away from default. Burry concluded that the subprime market would collapse in 2007.
He notices for the first time that there are pools, there are mortgage bonds supported by pools of loans, and most of the loans are what are called negative amortizing interest-only loans, which means that you, the homeowner and buyer, you borrow the money, and you not only don't have to repay your principal, you don't even have to repay the interest. And if you just don't pay anything, they just add to your loan.
So you can't lose your house.
You can't lose your house, right? In theory, right? And so he figures we've reached the end of the road in the insanity of lending. They're scraping the bottom of the barrel. Now is the time to lay a bet. It's before anybody does.
Burry figured out that these mortgage-backed securities would become worthless if just a small percentage of the dicey loans went bad, and he wanted to bet against the worst of them. He decided that the best way to do it would be to get Wall Street to sell him inexpensive insurance contracts on the securities that would pay off big time if they failed. The contracts were called credit default swaps.
He conceives that they are going to invent on Wall Street credit default swaps on subprime mortgages, essentially insurance contracts on the bonds, before they even do. And he participates in the creation of this instrument. And Michael Burry is the first one in.
Burry assumed a lot of people would figure out what he was up to, but very few did. It took 2 years for the drama to play out, but the subprime mortgage market finally collapsed in 2007, just as he had predicted.
So you made a ton of money.
Made a ton of money, much more than I ever imagined, I'd ever have. We made $725 million, I think, on the funds in 2007.
Michael Burry's advantage was he wasn't part of the collective. He was just this guy in a t-shirt and shorts with a glass eyeball and Asperger's syndrome, looking at the numbers, and when nobody else really was.